It's that little glimmer of hope. I got a lot of things on my mind. You know, sometimes we battle our demons and sometimes we just cuddle with them. Hi, my name is Julie. Welcome to Julie's Beautiful Life. I'm heading into a little late midlife crisis. And I thought some of you may want to come along with me. We can have some fun, and I'm always up for making fun of myself. So I'm all about laughing. I want to laugh. I want to have a good time. I want to feel inspired, and I'm hoping maybe I'll inspire some of you. I have some big goals for 2019, big goals. My first goal is I want to lose about half of myself, weight-wise. I had a very bad back injury many years ago, actually, and I've had several surgeries, and I'm at a point where the degenerative disc disorder has just taken over. My back is in pretty bad shape. I'm not a candidate for any kind of surgery, so I'm basically housebound at this point, and I've gained a tremendous amount of weight since this happened, and on top of that, then I ended up with fibromyalgia. I also have pretty extensive arthritis, and to make matters worse, major clinical depression. So, I mean, the good news is that the depression and the fibromyalgia come and go. The bad news is that when I'm having a flare of either of them, it can be really debilitating. It is debilitating. It's very painful, and for a long time I was actually quite suicidal. I'm not anymore, thankfully. I've been working really hard at trying to get this under control, rather than trying to cure the depression. I'm trying to make room for it in my life. I don't believe there is a cure for depression, just my opinion, but I do believe that there are ways to make room for it and manage it rather than trying to cure it. I think trying to cure it makes you crazier than you already feel. So that's where I am with the depression. Back to the weight. All these things have contributed to me gaining a huge amount of weight. It bothers me. I worry that people look at me and think I'm lazy because I'm fat, lazy, that I don't have any self-respect or whatever. Fat shaming's been around for a long time. I wasn't fat at all. I was actually quite thin before all of these things piled on. And it was only after that I started really putting on weight and really struggling with it. You know, when you can't move, when you're not able to do an exercise, you're not able to move your body, you're not able to walk around the park or down the block, it's really hard to lose weight. So I've decided on a program rather than a diet. I call it a healthy lifestyle. I have a health coach all lined up and a program ready to go. Expect to be starting at the beginning of February. I'm really excited about it. I mean, this time next year, I expect to be about half of who I am now, if all goes well. And I am crossing my fingers and saying lots of prayers because I need this to happen. And I think it will really help in terms of the depression. And of course, having the weight off will definitely improve the stress that's on my joints with the arthritis and the fibromyalgia and the degenerative disc disorder. I can walk only a very short distance right now. I can walk from from the house to the car, and not much more than that. I'm basically housebound. It's very isolating, and the walls close in on you, and that just exacerbates the depression. So I am going to try to move my body. Hubby has signed us up for the Y. get started, I'm just gonna walk in the pool. That will be plenty for me. I have not had any exercise in over 10 years. I don't know if I'll be able to do it long term, but my best shot is the water. It takes the weight off your joints, so it is the best option for me as a disabled person. So I'm going to try to do that, and hopefully I can, start building a little bit of muscle and doing some things to help. There's certainly no guarantee that I will ever be able to walk any distance again. And if I can't, that's fine. I will, deal with it the way I have been. But it's that little glimmer of hope, and I'm gonna do what I can. I'm only 55. I don't want to be housebound at 55. I want to be out. I want to travel. I want to see things. So I'm gonna do what I can do. I have some beauty goals for the year as well, even though losing weight and exercising are the two big ones, and they are big for me. I want to learn how to put on false eyelashes. I have tried. I had them for my daughter's wedding, and they were awesome. They were awesome. As you get older and your eyes kind of sink back towards your orbital bone and your eyes get more hooded, you lose a lot of the real estate on your lid for eye makeup. And one of the things that can really help make your eyes pop are false eyelashes. I never knew that before that wedding, and I'm gonna learn to do it this year, and I'm gonna bring you along for the ride because that's what we're gonna be all about. So hopefully it will be a lot of fun. I expect we'll be having a great time at my expense, and that's okay. That's good. Another thing that I really want to do this year is do better with tight lining my upper lash line. I am just terrible at my eyes just blink, and I end up with it all over me, and that is another thing that can really help save some of that real estate on your lid. If you're using an eyeliner and doing a thick eye line, it really takes up too much space on your lid when you don't have that much lid to show as it is. So I want to learn how to do that, and of course we'll be doing that together. I think another thing is that probably the last 5 years, as I entered menopause and I'm now menopausal, my skin has really changed. It's changed dramatically, and the makeup that I was wearing, it just all of a sudden didn't look right on me anymore. I've tried a bunch of different things, still haven't found that perfect holy grail foundation that is a go-to that I know will look good when I'm going somewhere. I have a couple that are okay, and so I'm going to continue to explore that. I would like to build a community here. There are a wonderful group of mature women on YouTube, and I just like to lend my voice to the mix. Maybe I'll have a little bit of different perspective on some things. I know that there are lots of you out there that are at this point in life, things are different, and you just need somewhere to kind of talk about it. So I'm hoping that this will be that place for some of you, that we can really get in, mix it up, and teach each other and inspire each other. For myself, I got a lot of things on my mind. I don't want this to be a channel that's got a lot of drama. We'll leave that to the youngsters. There's plenty of drama with the youngsters on YouTube. I just really would like this to be a cozy kind of place where you can kind of let your hair down and be accepted for who you are, and we can celebrate that about each other, because we all have so much to give. We really do. Even though we may have that little voice in our heads that tells us that we aren't worthy, or we aren't enough, or we aren't good at this, or any number of things. And, you know, I've been battling that voice in my head for many, many years. Sometimes it wins, and, you know, I end up with a bad depression flare. Thank you for listening, and I hope I'll see you back here again. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would love it if you would subscribe. We'll see what we can do. Let's build this channel a little bit and try to have a good time with it. Thanks for being here today, and go out and live your beautiful life.